we have to act surprised? What? Leinenkugel? Are you kidding? How'd you get that?
Oh.
Yeah. We can edit.
Ready? We're good at that. I don't remember which one is which.
Let's get this party started
All
there.
right, let's go. Let's go.
It's pretty loud.
Hey, welcome to the Boathouse Boys, coming to you from Clayton's 1881 restaurant.
Welcome, everybody.
Live audience.
Beautifully, a live audience. Woo! They're all coming off 168 days of drinking in a row from the summer in Three Lakes, which is good for your liver. As our listeners know, our loyal listeners know, we take you through a trip through local history, community events, and a conversation with some truly remarkable folks.
Yeah.
Today, we're joined by a man who's lived a life of leadership, service, and of course, beer. He's a proud Marine who served in an amphibious unit. That's a hard word. I should have read this before.
Well done.
A Marquette University graduate, longtime VP of Sales and Marketing for Leinenkugel Brewing Company, and even served as Wisconsin's Secretary of Commerce.
How was your weekend?
My weekend, I had a crazy
Tell
week.
me about it.
We went to the Wisconsin-Alabama game in Tuscaloosa, which sucked.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, great. And then my wife and I went to Napa for 4 days and drank wine.
Jet setter.
Yeah, we're kind of a big deal. How about you, Gary? What'd you do?
I just hung around Three Lakes. I went to a couple parties, watched the Bears win. Sorry about your Packers. That was exciting.
That's it?
Yeah, just hung out. It was awesome.
So lucky.
There's a lot to
Oh,
do. in
October,
Three
yeah,
Lakes.
downtown Three Lakes had Oktoberfest. Thanks, hon.
Gary won the beer sign holding competition.
I got nothing for it. Got nothing for it, guys.
Tim, how about you?
Thank you. Thank you.
I just hung out in Three Lakes. Hung out in Three Lakes, watched the Badgers play poorly, disappointed by the Packers, but then went home and attended my grandson and granddaughter's birthday.
13 and what?
3.
13 and 3.
Yeah. Z is 13
exciting.
and Porter's 3. It was
Wait,
great.
are they the bookends?
Buzzed home. They're the bookends.
Yeah.
Buzzed home and buzzed back just in time to see all these good people.
Well, before we get to Dick coming in, we have some other business to take care of, Tim.
We do. What's the lake of the week?
The lake of the week is Island Lake. Island Lake is 305 acres located. We already know where it is.
I don't like Island Lake.
26 feet deep. It's got a bunch of
kidding.
fish in it, but no muskie to speak of, apparently. Is that true, Mike and Alex?
No muskie anywhere. You got to go to Eagle River for muskie.
So that's the lake of the week. We're running on the lakes pretty soon, I think. What's happening in the Three Lakes news this week?
Well, it's real quick, a condensed version of our hit news. Oktoberfest was a rousing success. The weather held out, and it was a large time had by all. Three Lakes always puts on a good party atmosphere. The 250 road patches on Highway 32 are wrapping up, so drivers can manage the road without much disruption.
Terrible.
Getting to all their favorite watering holes and buffalo playing spots, right?
Yes.
For those that play that. Blue Jays sports report is great. The volleyball team's hot. Soccer team's on a roll. The cross-country team is dominating, and the football team's working hard. Hats off to the boys for a strong showing this weekend, right? Friday night they got a win, right? Yay!
Owen Leapshire. Owen
Leapshire, Sawyer Sues, Jack Westfall, and the rest of the boys, and the Jays football team are on the rise. Lastly, we're getting to the bottom of the guiding lights, fixing all those buoy lights out on the chain at some point, but hopefully we'll get better next year. And downtown Three Lakes, as always, is open for business. That's a wrap on Nose Hit News this week. If you had news to report, give us a holler at our hotline, 555-456-80, whatever.
We don't answer that call,
We don't
so
answer.
don't bother.
We don't care what you think.
Today's news is sponsored by Lickety Splits.
Is that a ice cream shop or?
Yes,
an
it's
adult?
for the best ice cream and candy experience. Come on down to 1758 Superior Street in beautiful downtown Three Lakes. About 20 or so flavors of ice cream to choose from, along with assorted candies and chocolates, will make your visit a sugar-coated extravaganza.
And they
for the
have
whole
fudge.
family.
They have fudge.
And fudge.
The Badonkadonk.
For the adventurous types, the world-famous Badonkadonk, a 12-scoop sundae. Lickety Splits, a Willy Wonka-type sweet treat visit you won't regret.
Am I regretting it now? Hey, so we're going to reveal our guest for the week. He helped carrying on a family legacy that began in 1867.
Wow.
He's led Marines, led in business, led in government. Please welcome our guest, Dick Leinenkugel.
Tim, good afternoon. Are we in the afternoon, by the way?
We are in the afternoon.
All right, great.
I think it's 5 o'clock.
Somewhere.
It's not 5?
I see Scott's on his first break of the day.
So we're gonna start with a pop and pour.
Yes.
Let's do that.
There's the pop,
Okay.
and here's the pour. Now you don't pour the whole bottle, and you pour it vigorously to let a lot of that carbon dioxide get out of the beer, because that's how you taste beer, is through aroma.
Oh.
And a lot of that CO2 is going to put off the volatiles, which add to the taste of beer.
I never knew that. That's
yeah.
pretty
So you
cool.
want a thicker head when you pour?
Well, my brother Jake always liked a 3-finger head.
Yeah.
I like 2.
Yep.
So I went with honor of my brother Jake. I went 3 fingers
I like it.
today. But then you always don't pour all the beer out either. So my dad liked to drink martinis.
Oh.
My dad, Bill Leinenkugel. But he would always order a Leinenkugel's original. And he would pour the original, at his glass at the table, and he'd have his martini there. But if you had beer in the bottle, the waitress couldn't take it, or the bartender couldn't take it.
Oh.
So if anybody ever came in and saw Bill Leinenkugel, he was drinking a bottle of original. Yeah. So when I go out and order, and I don't drink martinis, but I always pour just a little bit of the beer. That way you have your table tent at the bar,
Yes.
and people could see what you're drinking.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
Advertisement.
That's
Okay.
very smart.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to know
What kind of
today?
martinis do you like?
It was gin.
Gin
Yeah,
martinis.
gin martinis.
Gin
Yeah.
martini.
Another great story about my dad. I think he was a Bombay Sapphire. Was his gin of choice. But when his brother Jim came to visit my father Bill, he would go buy the cheapest gin he could find, pour it into the Bombay bottle, and Jim would come and have a Bombay Sapphire martini. And he would go, God, this is just great gin. And Dad would just nod.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's what Gary and Missy do at their house when they have their wine parties. It's actually pretty good.
$2 Chuck. $2 Chuck in the
Fantastic.
chemist.
My vodka
Gave
for
us
about
bottle.
$7.
Well, we're not here to just talk about that, are
Well,
we?
we're talking about beer. I'm glad you asked for a glass, because a true beer drinker drinks beer out of a glass.
Oh, good.
Correct or not
True.
correct?
Yeah, it's true. Drink it out of a glass. Again, it's all about the experience, and it's about releasing the CO2, carbon dioxide.
So it doesn't go into
Yeah,
here.
into here, yeah, it fills you up, absolutely. So, beer, people say, beer, it fills me up. Well, you're drinking out of a half-inch hole or a little bit of a can, and people say, what's the difference between canned beer and bottled beer? Nothing. It's the same beer, but one of them you're touching metal to your lips.
No good.
The other is you're touching glass, which is a little bit cleaner experience. Best way, pour it into a glass. Release that carbon dioxide. Had his appearance. When we taste beer, we use the acronym AATMF. Appearance, aroma, taste, mouthfeel, and finish. Or as I like to say, too much fun.
Hey, we'll take to that. Hey, work the abs. Work the abs over there.
Garrett?
Gary.
Down there, because they have, what can I say?
We'll get
Now, the other thing about toasting, if you go to Germany, and it's appropriate because I think last weekend opened Oktoberfest in Munich. There, it's the Prost. It's the bottom of the mug that you clang. Yeah, not the top. It's the bottom, and you look that person right in the eye.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Is there a reason why
too.
it's the bottom? Is there a reason why you do the bottom? Is it a superstition or
glass.
something?
I don't
Oh,
know.
break the glass.
No,
Maybe it's
probably.
break the
Get
glass.
all those
Yeah.
bubbles.
I don't know. I just was taught that, and that's the way you do it there in Germany.
There's
No,
lots of-
but we're here in Three Lakes.
There's
What
lots
do you
of different-
say? What's your saying that growing up?
Prost.
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 Prost. Yes.
Some
Well,
people
lots of
say
different
doesn't
ways
really-
to describe beer, wines, and things. Is the term sudsy ever applied to wine or a beer when you drink it? Sudsy. Is that
Sudsy?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, no.
The reason I asked you,
Car wash.
we're
Car
at the Stromberg
Sudsy.
sparkling wine cellars in Napa last week,
Oh.
and the lady's like, "What do you think about that wine, Chad?" I'm like, "Kind of sudsy." Was not the right word, right, Sam? No.
You're in Napa and call
And she
wine
said,
sudsy?
"Nope, I never heard that before."
Sudsy.
Yeah, yeah. I got a refined palate though, so a little higher level.
Yeah, you're good. Top
So
notch.
you have this company's been in your family forever. Did you guys like when you're having a family dinner? Was the conversation about beer, or was it focused on beer, the family business, or was it like a normal childhood?
Yeah, so a couple of things from my childhood. My dad was selling. I mean, he was general sales manager. He later was promoted to president, I think in 1971. So I was 13 at the time or 14 at the time. But my dad was in charge of sales. So he was out on the road 4 or 5 days a week, calling on distributors, accounts, opening up Upper Michigan, Minnesota, rest of Wisconsin. So he was gone a lot. So my mom was really in charge of the house. And there were 4 of us. Later, John came along when my brother was born in '68. My sister Kate was already out of the house. So I was the youngest. I was the baby of the family. But I remember my dad being home on weekends, and on Saturday he'd go down to the office, check his mail. My brother Jake and I would go down with him and run around the brewery. I mean, it was fabulous, just a great experience. We'd explore every nook and cranny around the brewery. And the draft workers had a tapper, and the bottle shop guys had to drink the short fills. So they were in the refrigerator in the short fills, but Jake and I would sneak back out to the tapper, and there was this medicine cabinet full of candy, and it was an on your honor system for the workers. So we didn't always have money, but we would get a candy bar and we'd sneak a little beer. Just a little beer.
How old were you?
Grade school? Yeah. So fast forward to my college years at Marquette, I'd bring my roommates up to see the brewery. We'd go back and I'd show them this tap that was into the wall. I mean, it literally went through the wall into the keg racking room. So they'd go, "Dick, let's go drink out of the wall." That was their experience.
I'm in.
Awesome.
Yeah, drink out of the wall. The other thing I remember was my dad would bring home bottles of beer from his travels. So, bottle of Rhinelander, Point, Fox Deluxe, Chief Oshkosh. And on Sunday afternoons, he would sit us kids down. So Kate, my sister Lynn, Jake, and me. John, as I said, wasn't there in the picture yet. But we'd sit on a card table, and he'd take turns blindfolding us, and he would pour one beer and then another beer into these little juice glasses. So one was the competitive beer, one was Leinenkugels, and we'd have to pick out which one was Leinenkugels by sniffing and tasting, not by.
What was the
seeing it.
punishment for?
It wasn't. I don't recall there being a punishment. Maybe you
Another
had to
beer,
do the
another
dishes.
try.
Yeah, maybe you had to do
Another
the
try.
dishes. But no, honestly, we would taste beers growing up as kids.
Do any of the kids have a better aptitude for that than others?
Well, I don't recall that, but in tasting today, women by far outshine men in terms of tasting.
Just ask them.
And it usually is because of their olfactory senses. They're better able to smell than men are. And there's been some genetics testing and some historical testing that the men were the hunter-gatherers, but women, were at home and they could smell if something was rancid or going bad. So maybe they better developed their senses.
Your dad was really cool. I didn't have that growing up. No beer tasting.
No, you didn't.
My dad was a plumber, so I didn't want to taste
No,
much.
you didn't want to taste anything. No.
You spent time in the Marine Corps, and how did that translate your experience in the Marine Corps to your business life?
Well, my dad was a Marine. My brother Jake was a Marine. So I kind of grew up hearing about the Marines. When it came time to going to college, I had an opportunity to look at the academies, and I didn't think the academies would be right for me. I didn't want that much discipline, in my college years. So I found out about this program, Naval ROTC. And, it's something the counselor didn't talk to me about, but my brother Jake's officer selection office, Captain Danny Cross, said, Dick, you should look into this Naval ROTC scholarship. And I did. And I earned it, and they paid for my tuition, books, and fees at Marquette University. So went in the Marine Corps, had a fabulous experience. I think one of the lessons that you learn is that certainly leadership lessons, but one of the things I learned was that the non-commissioned officers, the NCOs, the corporals run the Marine Corps. It's not the officers. I was an officer and went in as a second lieutenant, and you have your college degree and you think you know almost everything, right? But you really don't know anything else.
Yeah.
And the Marines give you so much responsibility and so much authority at a very young age, but you learn to rely on those NCOs, those corporals who are really running the business. So it's a lesson I learned that those that are closest to the action in any organization are the ones that you need to listen to and consult with. In the Marine Corps, it's the corporals. They're the people closest to the privates and the lance corporals, the people that are your platoon leaders. So learn from them, listen to them, consult with them. That's a great lesson that I learned that I applied to business. I call it going to level 6. So in any organization, there's the president, the CEO, there's the VPs, then there's the line managers, and then there's the directors, or the directors and the line managers. Way down in level 6 are the people that are really close to the action. People on the floor, people packaging, the people cutting the plastic, or they're the people that really know what's going on and can make improvements in the business. So if you want to do that, make sure you're in touch with them. Go to level 6.
Sure. So you were in the Marine Corps, then you went to Marquette. Did you always?
No, Marquette, then the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah, and then did you always have a plan to come back into the family business, or?
Well, I had thought about it. The Marine Corps, I was a regular officer, so it's a 4-year commitment for your scholarship to pay that off. So as I was thinking about getting out of the Marines, I think back on it now. I wish I wasn't so quick to get out of the Marines. I really wish I would have taken a look at making it a career, but I wanted to use my business degree from Marquette and get into business. So I did. I resigned my commission, and then what's really interesting, so I was stationed in Hawaii, and I don't know if you gentlemen were alive from 80 to 84.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the Russians did not come across the Pacific and attack our west coast. I was in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I was in Hawaii.
I always
So-
felt safer back then for some reason.
Yeah, but it was a great time to be in the Marines, the Reagan years. I got to see the world. I went to the Western Pacific on 2 deployments. Saw the Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, went to Oman, Africa, really Korea. As a 23, 24-year-old, to see the country was just unbelievable. Now, I had an opportunity to go back into business. I went and interviewed with a company, a lot of different companies. Our beer business at the time wasn't big enough to have 2 brothers in it. My brother Jake had come back to the business. My dad and his cousins were the 4th generation in the business. Jake was the 5th. And the brewery was maybe 70,000 barrels at the time in 3 states,
Wow.
Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois.
What year was that?
1984.
Okay.
And so that opportunity wasn't available to me. So I actually interviewed with a lot of different companies and ended up getting a position by golfing in Hawaii with my dad, who had come over to visit me over Christmas. And we were at Tucson, and we hooked up with another Tucson at Royal Ka'anapali on Maui. This guy that we hooked up with, his name was Steve Lesnick, and Steve was running an upstart sports marketing company for Kemper called Kemper Sports Management, Kemper Insurance.
Sure.
He and Jim Kemper Jr. started the company. And Steve, I shot a good round of golf, but Steve asked, hey, the guy who is doing the tournament director for the Women's Kemper Open wants to take on a new role. Would you be interested in interviewing to be the tournament director for the Women's Kemper Open? I said, sure. And I did, and I was offered the job. And
Wow.
so I went back to Hawaii for 3 years and ran the LPGA Women's Kemper Open
Oh, wow.
Wow.
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Then I put together a business plan for my brother Jake to become a sales rep in Chicago. We didn't have a sales rep down there, and I wrote the plan, told him what I would commit to, what I would need for remuneration, of course, and he took it to the board. The board family members voted to bring me in as a sales rep. Now, I understand it was not a unanimous decision. But it paid off handsomely for them. I was able to land
Benny's.
an account. No, before Benny's, it was called Gold Standard.
Oh, okay.
But we were already in Gold Standard. But I was able to land Osco Drug.
Oh, the
Yeah.
hospital's great, Chicago.
Osco over 100 locations at the time, and we were able to get Leinenkugel's Premium, as original was called, Leinenkugel's Light, Bach in the spring and Limited in the fall, into full distribution in over 100 stores.
Wow.
Up there, we tripled our sales with that distribution right there.
A tremendous elixir for the sick.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Well,
I heard that you are supplementing your income now by taking money off of Scott Wisner on the golf course. Is that
Well,
true?
I tell you what, I think if you were to look at both of us, he's probably still ahead.
Oh,
Although
that's not what he
this
says.
this last time we golfed this
It's-
summer, I was able to take, I think, $10 from him.
Nice,
Just
nice.
15.
$15. So Dick, you served as VP of Sales and Marketing during a pretty dynamic time in the beer industry. What were your main goals in getting that accomplished?
Well, main thing that you need to do is keep growing each year. I think if you're not growing, you're declining and you're gonna die. So, as VP of Sales and Marketing, first of all, you got to build a great team, and I did that a couple of different times with sales initiatives, and building a team to represent our brands nationally. As we moved with Leinenkugel's Red Lager in 1994, and then later on with Leinenkugel's Honey Weiss. I feel one of my greatest accomplishments, though, on the brand marketing side of things, was to develop a portfolio of strong beers that competed in this, what was then called specialty beer market, now called craft beer market. And the one that really put us on the map was developing Leinenkugel Summer Shandy
Great beer.
in 2006. So,
Cheers to that.
yeah, I think that was one of the
Everybody loves
biggest accomplishments.
Oh, bottom
Okay.
glass.
Are we doing bottom?
Eyes.
And look each other right in the eye. There we go.
Gary,
Okay.
bottom glass, look him in the eyes. God damn it. It's
There
always
you go,
60-40. It's always not that.
It's going to be the Lord.
Leinenkugel name is synonymous with Wisconsin. How important is it for you to keep rooted in Chippewa Falls while expanding nationally?
Well, something happened there with respect to brewing in Chippewa Falls just this past year. So we are part of Molson Coors, or Leinenkugel's is part of Molson Coors.
Right.
In 1984, 88, we were purchased by Miller Brewing Company. And the strategy for Miller Brewing Company was to keep the brewery operating in Chippewa Falls, allow the Leinenkugel family to run the brewery, use the Miller back room, sales, distribution, information systems, logistics, to further expand the brand. And we did that successfully for a number of years. When I left the brewery and retired in 2022, I was fortunate enough to have my successor in place, my nephew, Tony Buer. His mother is my sister, Kate. So the 6th generation of family involved in the brewery.
That's cool.
But Molson Coors made the decision last November to close the main production facility in Chippewa Falls and close the main brewery in Chippewa Falls. So we were very disappointed and sickened by that news.
Wait, is that tasting room still open or that?
The tasting room, the Leinie Lodge,
Yeah,
is
the Leinie
still
Lodge,
open,
yeah.
and we're still brewing beer there.
Yeah.
We have a small pilot brewery which acts as kind of our incubator for
Okay.
new beers, and there are several beers that are coming out from that brewery still. But we were disappointed to have, the original site
Yeah.
that our great-great-grandfather brewed beer in 1867.
The people who've been
closed.
there forever, what was your longest tenured employee at that?
Well, over
facility?
30 years.
30 years,
Yeah,
wow.
and we had 56 employees, that lost their jobs
That's awful.
with that decision. So,
It was a destination to go there to see that place. I mean, the tours
Yeah.
are fantastic. It was so fun to go there.
Son,
it
you have
still
any-
is,
Yeah.
they're still open, they're still operating.
Yeah.
I started in the brewery as a tour guide when I was 17. And I still would have a hard time today taking people on a tour and saying, this is where we used to brew beer.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a tank that used to hold beer.
Yeah.
So, my hat's off to those people running the tours and the gift shop and the sampling bar now. I'm sure they have a lot of questions from our loyalists and our drinkers
Sure.
that come and visit us.
I bet you were a good tour guide.
I was really quite good, yeah.
If I do say so.
There's
So-
there's a photo of me in 1975, and I had the bell-bottom jeans, the paisley shirt, and the big white belt.
Nice.
And I'm standing outside the brew house doors, the same doors that Jacob Leinenkugel built in 1890 when he first built that brew house. There I am,
Jacob Matthias.
Jacob Matthias. Yeah.
What a
you-
great picture.
That's my middle name.
Ah.
In the tour, did you take him to the wall where they could get a little?
We did, yeah. When we went by that, we did not stop and sample. One of the things I used to do, though, was to always draw some beer out of fermentation.
Hmm.
So you take some green beer, some beer that was just in there for a day, and then you'd go to a tank where it had been in there for 10 days, and you could smell the difference between the green beer with the wort that had just gotten into the fermentation tank from that morning's brew, and the yeast was just being added to it, to ferment, and then you'd smell the more finished product, and that was always a fun thing to do
Yeah.
for people to do. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Leinie's is known for seasonal beer, Summer Shanty, Oktoberfest. How much of that success came out of your sales and marketing playbook?
Well, all
Just
of it.
all of it,
All
yeah.
No. I mean, obviously, you're working with a team. I'll tell a story about Shandy, and we had voted to bring Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss. We, meaning, we put the vote out to our Leinie Lodge members. So at the time, we had over 100,000 members that were able to vote online in 2006. And I don't know if we didn't have SurveyMonkey back then, but we had some mechanism where they were able to vote. 70,000 of them voted. And I remember 75% said keep Berry Weiss out as a year-round beer. This was 2006. So we had to come up with a new summer seasonal. So I asked our team, which is a small team, we had a communication specialist, we had a couple of brand folks, I had a financial person on the team, a brewer, importantly. And I said, what do the Germans drink in the summer? I wanted to build upon our Germanic roots. Found out a couple of different things. One, the Germans drink a lot more of their Hefeweizen, their unfiltered wheat beer, in the summer. It's a little lighter. They drink a beer from Cologne called Kolsch. That's the Kolsch style, very light, very fruity. It's a kind of a hybrid fermented beer that works more like an ale, like a golden ale. They drink this Berliner Weiss, which is a German sour beer with a little bit of raspberry or meat in it, which is a Woodruff syrup. And then they had this interesting mix called Rodlers. So it could be mixed with grapefruit, could be mixed with lemon lime or lemonade. They even mix it with Coca-Cola in Germany.
Really?
And they're called Rodlers. So we tasted a bunch of those, and then we did our own experimental mixes: orange juice, ginger ale, 7-Up, lemonade. And we tasted all of them, and as we were mixing them, we go, and I think we were using Honeyweisse as the base beer to mix them. And they tasted more like sodas to me. They didn't taste like beer. And the German Rodlers are only 2.5% alcohol by volume, maybe 2.8. And if you drink those, they taste like squirt, like the soda pop squirt. They don't really have a beeriness to them. And I thought it was important that we have a beer flavored, or if we're going to do a flavored beer, that it still had a taste like beer. A woman on our brewing team, Jackie Lauman, came back and said, Dick, I think I can solve this. We can keep the alcohol at 4.2%, use a natural lemonade flavor at the end of the process, flavor the beer, and keep the alcohol at 4.2%. She came back with a sample mix. We tasted it, and I just said, wow, I've never tasted anything like this. Took it out to test, went to bars, got people's opinions on it, and you could see their eyes light up. They don't do that method of testing beers now. They use a lot of internet-based testing. They use a lot of surveys. They do some focus groups. So when you go out to bars, when you sit at Clayton's and have somebody taste a new beer and you watch them taste it, you can see it in their eyes, if they like it or not. And if they say, well, this is pretty good, or this tastes like Busch Light, it's not going to be that good. But when their eyes light up and they go, wow,
Yeah.
and they may not even say wow, they may just go, let the minutes reflect that I made this opening of my mouth. That looked like
Cameras watching.
then you've got a winner, and that's the reaction we saw.
Yeah.
So we went with the beer. Now, I held a bunch of guys at my cabin, friends that live up here, Dan Merricky and Dino Radke, and Dan's wife at the time, Kay, who has since passed away, and Brendan Noonan, who was my brand manager at the time. I still have a photo of it, of us doing name generation.
Really?
And we had the beer there. It was just being tested at that time. And we had all these not whiteboards, but the sheets from, and my whole wall at the cabin is lined with all these different names. And, Flip Flop Lemon Drop.
What was second place?
What was second place?
Summer Shanty
So,
one, but-
no, actually, Leinenkugel's Lake House Lemon was the winner.
Oh.
But it got overruled.
And part of the story. We took it out to test. It tested well against several other names. We came back and presented it to our customers, our distributors. And I had one distributor that said, Dick, what kind of beer is it? Well, it's a shandy. The Germans call them Rodlers, the Brits call them shandies. He goes, when's it going to be out? Well, it's a summer seasonal. It's going to be out April through August. Why don't you call it Summer Shandy?
Winner.
Okay, I like that. I like alliteration. Let's call it Summer Shandy. And that's how it got its name. Yeah, it was a distributor suggestion.
Wow.
Otherwise, it was going to be Leinenkugel's Lake House Lemon.
That's a good name too.
Yes, well, now there's Leinie Lodge Line.
Yeah.
Yeah. In retrospect, calling it summer shandy limited us to the summer. And that could have limited the growth of the beer.
Correct.
Now it's year round, but I think we've established summer shandy that it doesn't have to be summer.
Right.
Summer can be a state of mind, and I think the beer is working pretty well as a year-round beer now.
Yeah.
Is that your top seller? Or
It
the
is,
company?
yeah, yeah.
Top seller.
What's funny when you go to bars up here, you're always waiting back then. When is the summer shandy gonna be on tap? When are you getting it? You know, because it was a summer thing. It
Mhm.
That's when summer started. Oh, it's
That's
pretty
right,
crazy.
yeah,
pretty
and that's
crazy.
powerful too, you know.
Yeah.
We had a lot of internal debates about that,
Yeah.
even very early on. And summer's a good time to have a top-selling beer because that's when most people drink beer, so.
Except this group.
Yeah.
These are your rounders. It's like an AA meeting in here. Hello, my name's Chad.
I'll start at 10 a.m.
Yeah, Gary's usually at 32 South at 7 in the morning playing the Buffalo on Sunday mornings.
Not true.
Was the summer shandy, the lemon beer, was that like the first of the fruity beers? I mean, now everybody's got like those
Yeah.
Rattlers and a lemony.
Well, we had a
type beer.
lot of people that quickly followed us. Shock Top did one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Boston Beer Company has done several of them. But there still is today different ones coming out. I just saw my friend Gary Fish at Deschutes. I think has one called Anytime Shandy. But the idea of mixing beer with fruit was something that had been around a long time in the industry. As I said, you know, the Germans had been doing it, the Brits had been doing it. We just hadn't seen a lot of that in the U.S. and still the craft, till the specialty brewers in the 1980s. I remember being in Boulder, Colorado in the early 90s. It was 94, 95. And our sales rep, Jim Wright, who is now a VP with Molson Coors, Jim took us out to these beer bars in Boulder, and they had this blueberry flavored beer. And he said, Dick, this is going to be the next big thing. You got to do a blueberry flavored beer. And we took that idea back to our brewmaster, John Burrow, at the time, who was a German, you know, traditional brewer. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it for you.
They're killing it at trivia,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So,
The train thing?
but we later came out with Berry Weiss, which was 3 different flavors
Oh,
of
yeah,
berries, yeah. To much of John's chagrin.
Chagrin.
Yeah. He
You ever-
didn't. He wasn't in favor of it, but
You ever have a
Rover.
Narragansett?
I have had
That's an
Narragansett.
acquired
yeah.
taste. They even have a lemony something out there.
Yeah, they
You
do.
don't like somebody.
They
that-
do shandy.
You don't like
yeah.
somebody, they say, give them a Gansett
Yeah.
out in Boston. So you stepped away for a little bit, or stepped into the role of Secretary of Commerce for Wisconsin.
did,
What
so,
what was that experience like?
Yeah, so in
Elaborate.
2008, Brendan Noonan, who I had mentioned before as our brand manager, I knew that he could take the reins of the brand as VP of marketing and take it to new heights. So I was looking for a new challenge at the time. Miller Brewing Company and Coors Brewing Company were entering a joint venture called Miller Coors in the United States, and I thought this would be a good time for me to step out of the family's business and try something else. I had read where Wisconsin's Commerce Secretary had resigned, and I said, wow, this might be something I want to do. You know, I've always been interested in politics, but more importantly, I thought it'd be a great time to give back to our state.
Sure. What year was
This
that?
is 2008. So in July of that year, I contacted the governor's office. I didn't know him,
Jim Doyle?
Jim Doyle.
No.
Didn't know him. I had contacted him, threw my name in the ring. By the way, he's looking for a sheriff right now in Vilas County. If any of you live in Vilas County and want to
Nominate the
apply.
Lord.
I might do that.
Okay, yeah.
There's a background check, Gary.
I don't have a gun, though.
You don't need one. You know, you can be
Andy
like,
Griffith.
You can be like Andy.
Barney.
Yeah.
I'll give you one bullet.
No.
I have a bad joke, but I held back.
Anyway, I applied and got interviewed, and he ended up offering me the position. It was interesting. I was in Washington, D.C. when he called to tell me that he was going to give me the job, and I called my brother Jake from National Airport, and I said, Jake, I'm going to be leaving the company, and I'm going to be stepping aside and working for the state of Wisconsin as its commerce secretary. And it was just silent. You know, this is, I don't know, even I could have been on a hard line. I don't even know if I was on a cell phone. But I was checking the connection, and Jake finally said, "You've got to be shitting me." I said, "No." So I stepped into the position September. It was announced in early September of 2008. I took the job in September 28th of 2008. My dad died in September of 2022. He was on, or September 22nd of 2008. He was on his deathbed. He had chose not to treat a brain tumor. And I remember my wife and I going up to Chippewa Falls on Labor Day weekend. My dad had a couple of chairs next to his hospital bed. I took in a bottle of Leinenkugel's Creamy Dark, and I had a bottle of Leinenkugel's Creamy Dark. He looks at me, so he goes, "What are you thinking?" And I just said, "You know, Dad, it's an opportunity for me to give back to a state that has so richly blessed us and our family, and a chance for me to do something different." But the way he saw it was, I was leaving the family and leaving his son, Jake, you know, president of the company. So I don't think he was too pleased, but he blessed me, I think. And my dad died. And the other thing, if you recall what happened in September of 2008, Lehman Brothers goes out of business.
Yeah.
We begin our great national recession.
Right.
I take the reins at the end of September, and it was literally like drinking from a fire hose. All of these companies coming to us saying, we've got to lay off people, we've got to reduce our operations, we got to, Mercury Marine was saying we've got to either close down Oklahoma or Wisconsin. So it was a challenging time,
Sure.
but it was a lot of fun for me to do something different and to step outside of where I was comfortable and learn something new.
Yeah. Wow.
So in the
Huge challenge. It's a
Yeah,
big challenge.
absolutely. Thank you
Very
for the
cool.
service to our state and your service in the Marine Corps. And when you were in the Marine Corps, did I read right, you were amphibious training?
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't, huh?
Well, all Marines are amphibious.
It wasn't Pendleton out there.
So you, as a Marine officer, you go to Quantico,
Okay.
and you're first there for 6 months to really learn how to be an officer, but to also run a Marine Corps infantry platoon. That's what's different about the Marines than any other service, is that all Marines are riflemen. All Marines are taught to be part of a rifle platoon. It doesn't matter what your MOS is, your military occupational specialty. If you're a legal officer, you're a logistics officer, if you're an aviator,
Yeah.
you are first going to be able to run a Marine infantry platoon. Then you go on to your follow-on school. I was a ground supply officer, and then I served with a Marine amphibious unit,
Gotcha.
a MAU, which are now called MUs, Marine Expeditionary Units. But that's where I deployed to the Western Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're it must have been great-grandfather, Jacob.
Great, yes.
Matthias.
Yes, Jacob Matthias.
If he and John Miller restarted the old Spring Brewery today,
Yeah.
what do you think they would do to succeed in today's climate?
Well,
Besides hard work,
sure.
determination, and
You know, well, first and foremost, you got to produce a great product, of which I have half an ounce left.
Ooh,
I know a guy.
half an ounce left.
You were sprinkle the infield.
Yeah.
So I think first and foremost, brew a great beer. Secondly, understand your beer drinker, get to know them,
Yeah.
make friends. My dad had a saying: the more people you meet, the more beer you'll sell. And you know, Jacob had an opportunity with 2,000 lumberjacks working in the largest sawmill under one roof in Chippewa Falls in 1867. Today, it's a different beer market.
Right.
So I think they would first and foremost have to make a great beer that appealed to their drinkers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
That's it.
perfect.
Pretty simple that way.
I feel like a heathen.
Okay, great, thank
Okay,
you.
I'll teach you what I do. I popped it already.
You already popped
I'm
the cork.
okay, I'm okay.
No, just
Okay.
a little bit. I pour down the side of the glass, but I always raise it at the end to leave a good head on the beer.
And you put your, so you can see the camera.
And
Try
they
it
have
on
some Leinenkugel pint
Let's see if
glasses,
that
but this
fits
is a
in
nice
my glass.
Pilsner style glass that, with the big C
See if
on
fits
it.
in my glass. Thank you. That's about all I can handle.
Yeah, drive home.
One of my favorite topics on our podcast is Three Lakes based, up north based.
Yeah.
How did you end up here? What drew you here?
Sure.
Yeah, what's the draw?
Well, we used to vacation as a family in Hayward, Wisconsin. So starting in 1995, I remember we did a brewery meeting at Famous Dave's at the time. The original Famous Dave's was
The barbecue?
Yes.
Yeah.
The original restaurant was at the Grand Pines Resort, Dave Anderson,
In Hayward?
in Hayward, Wisconsin, on
I didn't know
Little
that.
Round Lake. Big
Oh.
Round Lake and Little Round Lake. Yep.
Wow.
Dave came back he was working in Chicago at the time. He was a chef, loved doing barbecue.
Yeah.
And Dave Anderson came back and worked with the Lakuta Ray tribe to set up their casino in Hayward. And then he bought this resort and built the original Famous Dave's in Hayward. And my brother Jake and our team, we did a team meeting there. So after that, I always went back for a week with my family and another family, Mike and Sandy Bishop, who lives up here now, and that's all part of the story of how we got here. So we vacationed for a week there every June, and in 2002, it was one of those turnover weeks where we were going to have to come in a week earlier, and they messed up on the booking, and I just said, I don't want to do that. We always came in on Father's Day, watched the U.S. Open,
Right.
loved going to Hayward and all that, but we were living in Milwaukee at the time. It was a 5.5 hour drive. So I came here to Eagle River to do a crew drive in 2003 in May. We would always come when accounts were opening up for the first time. So the week before fishing opener, generally that week. We would call on accounts, make sure we had distribution, beer was fresh. And we would work out of Minocqua, and I came over here and worked with Tom and Jeff Netto and their brother Scott, who owned Miller Beer of the North Woods at the time in Eagle River. And I went out with Scott Netto and made a bunch of account calls, and his girlfriend at the time, Sutton Steffen, who I think is still a realtor here in the Eagle River area, maybe works with, then Coldwell Banker Milady, but now with Shore West. Scott was dating Sutton at the time and said, hey, you want my girlfriend to give you a call and show you some places? And I said, yeah, I'd like that. So we went out, my wife and I came up here Memorial Day, looked at some places, Forest Lake, Black Oak Lake, few other locations where I wanted to be. I had a friend who had a place on Black Oak Lake, loved the lake, couldn't afford it. And, even looked at some cottages that were out of our price range. This is early 2002. And went back to Hayward of 2003. Was that our last year in Hayward? I think so. And Sutton sends me an email. And back then, these cabins didn't have direct phone lines. So I had to go into this little utility hut. It was a cinder block hut at the resort that the resort's phone lines came into. And I went in and plugged in my laptop and downloaded. It was actually the downloading my email. And here's a message from Sutton Steffen, who said there's this place on Bass Lake. It's going to go fast. You should look at it. And she had the photos, and I downloaded them all, took it over to my wife. I said, Jean, what do you think of this place? She looks at the price, and she goes, well, that's too much. I go, okay. So that Saturday morning, as we're leaving Hayward to go back to Milwaukee, we always had breakfast with the Bishops. And I go, Mike, what do you think of this place? He goes, you know, Dick, it's only going to be more next year.
Yeah.
Which was wise. And he said it in front of Jean. And Jean goes, okay, we'll go look at it. So we went and looked at it, drove down the driveway, East Bass Lake Road, drove down the driveway, flat to the lake, beautiful, cute little cottage, brand new garage. I mean, it was three-season cottage. It was everything we wanted. Checked a number of boxes. And I'm going, you know, I could see the kids were excited. I could see Jean was excited. And the actual owners who were selling it were there at the time. And I said, don't be too excited. Don't show them that you're excited about this plan. So anyway, we came back, made an offer, and to do the down payment, I remember telling my kids, well, remember that college fund where I've been buying all of those savings bonds? You guys are all going to state schools now. But don't worry, you're going to get a good education at Oshkosh or wherever you're going. And that's how we afforded the down payment for this place. And we've since bought it 5 times because we've renovated it. You know, had I had the money or the foresight, I would have torn it down and built what we wanted, but we didn't have either at the time, foresight or the money. And but we love it. So that's how I got up here. We would come up as often as we could. First renovation we made was to add a furnace and windows because we wanted a snowmobile.
Sure.
And we got 2 sleds, and we came up here and we snowmobiled and loved it. That's when you could snowmobile up here. Snow was great. Snow was great. Kids loved it. They would come up with friends in the summer. We loved fishing and the lake. But we would come up, Jean and I would come up and work. You know, a cabin is work.
Yes.
And you're only up here for a weekend. But what we discovered, and I was fortunately, she was working as a nurse at the time, but we were fortunate enough to where we were come up a couple of different times and have Sunday afternoons when everybody else left. And we would go back on Monday morning. And when you had that opportunity, it was just glorious to be up here on a Sunday afternoon when everything quieted down. Right. And you were able to enjoy the lake and have a little peace and of what this great environment is up here.
Is Bass Lake attached to Little Bass Lake?
Well,
You know where
some
Little
people,
Bass Lake is?
yeah, I do, yeah. Little Bass is an inlet, or it's Big Bass Lake flows into
Gotcha.
Little Bass, and Little Bass, I think, actually has an inlet into Cranberry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I know a guy on there, but.
Well, your beer fits up this whole entire Northwoods theme. I mean, it fits perfectly up here. And it's got to be kind of rewarding when you go to the bar scene's getting pretty good up here. Like Andy's, I see it Andy's a lot on Facebook or their posts.
Yeah.
This place is great. There's a lot of great places, but your beer is northern Wisconsin. It just is. It's gonna be kind of rewarding when you go in and just to have a beer and just see what you guys done.
Yeah,
It's pretty
sure.
cool.
It is rewarding, and it's great to see that continuing. We certainly built and positioned our brand. The flavor of the Northwoods was one of the taglines we used back in the day. A lot of the iconography of our signage showed water, woods, fish.
The paddle.
Paddle, yeah, sure. So all of that was all part of who we are. So yeah, it's fun to see. There are certainly competitors that have positioned themselves as Wisconsin and only in Wisconsin. And they're certainly playing off that, but I think Leinenkugel has had a position in this market for 158 years, and and it continues to be one.
I told you out there, a good friend of mine, Brian Porter, he'll be watching this 10 or 12 times because he loves your company.
Yeah.
He's got a very high-end office in Los Angeles, and you walk into this glass building, and it's all really modern. You walk into his office, the whole back wall is all Leinenkugels, the paddles, the signs, everything. He loves it.
Cool.
Yeah, so you guys have being translated across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, actually.
I like it as an up north beer. My dad was a big Kingsbury drinker.
Yeah.
A case a week or something, or whatever, a day. But when we came up north for just our week, it was all Leinenkugels. It's the up north beer.
Yeah, sure. Kingsbury out of Sheboygan.
Fully croissant.
Yeah.
Do you tinker around making beer at home or just enjoy
Well,
the beer when
interesting,
you go out?
yes. I did that for a number of years, homebrewed.
Mhm.
I just gave all of my equipment to my son-in-law.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Katie's, my daughter Katie's husband, Tyler Risto. So it's up to Tyler now.
Where does he live?
He lives in Wauwatosa.
Can he
Yeah.
get us some beer?
I don't know if he's
Hook us
made
up.
any yet.
You can hook us
Yeah.
up. You can hook us up.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Some people describe retirement as living for the unexpected immortality of an ordinary life. What does retirement look like for you? Based on, how busy you were with everything that you've done.
Yeah, well, I had some goals in retirement. I think it's good to have goals, or at least a plan of what I wanted to do. So when I retired at the end of 2022, my first goal was I wanted to snowmobile midweek, because I hadn't really done that.
It's the best time to go.
And so I came up in 2023 and I did that. I snowmobiled midweek and it was great. Loved it. I was also going to get a Labrador puppy and train it to hunt, bird hunt. I don't bird hunt currently, but I thought it would be a great thing to do is to train a Labrador. We had Labradors in the past and we had a Labrador at that time. But to train a puppy to bird hunt. So those were two of the goals I had set aside. I sit on a healthcare system board, so I was going to be able to keep sharp and do some board work and hopefully grow in that role. But then in April of 2023, my wife and I went to Arizona. We rented a house on a golf course in Rio Verde Country Club. And 5 years earlier, and I don't know if it was part of my retirement plan, but I got Jean golf lessons with Margot Anderson up here, who's a wonderful pro. She's at the St. Germain golf course. And Margot and Jean hit it off, and Jean loved learning the game of golf from Margot. So Jean got into golf, likes the game. So we played in Arizona. And she loved Arizona, loved Rio Verde Country Club, where my brother Jake has a home, and my sister Kate has a home, and they are members at Rio Verde. And as I said, we were renting this house, and Jean goes, I think we should look for a house down here. I said, okay. It was her idea. And we ended up looking at a house in October of 2023, purchasing a home 2024. And last year spent winter, and we'll go back this year. And so that has shelved our winter plans. I sold my sleds.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
And we're committed now to golf in the winter in Arizona.
We love it down
We'll
there,
come
too.
back up here though if the snow, when the snow returns and it's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'll come back up.
Yeah.
So it's summers here, winters Arizona.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That's retirement.
Yeah. So all your boxes are checked, and now the last one, be on the Boathouse Boys podcast, checked.
Yeah, that is a check mark.
I like it.
Well, we can take a drink. We have a sponsor break right now before we get to the rapid fire round. So, Tim, who's our sponsor?
Hey, listeners, all four of you, if you're looking for a new book or a warming cup of tea, Mind Chimes Bookstore, located at 1766 Superior Street in beautiful downtown Three Lakes, is just right for you. Sometimes you can't find it at the library, but Mind Chimes Bookstore maybe just the spot. Fiction, nonfiction, young adult, children's, they have it all for you. Mind Chimes Bookstore.
So that's 1766, not 1765.
1766.
All right, because
Superior
it's
Street.
hard to find on Superior Street.
It
if you
is.
don't have an exact
You
address.
need the exact address.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
Don't go to 1765.
Is that near the American Legion?
Right down across the street.
Okay.
Down.
So down across the
Fuzz.
street from the American Legion.
You can
is
see
the
it from
bookstore.
there.
Okay, yeah, excellent.
Buffalo.
Go to the Legion.
Is there a golden
and then
buffalo
buy
there,
books.
Gary?
Not sure yet.
So now we have our rapid fire round. So we're going to give you a phrase and kind of the first thing that comes to your mind.
This
Okay.
is the serious part of the podcast.
Clayton's.
Yep, that's
Awesome.
it. We're done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.
I'm kidding.
All right.
Here we go. Favorite Leinenkugel beer of all time?
Honey Vice.
Oh, wow.
Marines or sales? What was tougher training?
Marines.
Yeah, I would say that. Most surprising or unusual place you found Leine's being served?
Germany.
Really?
Wow.
Excellent.
Famous actress that you had a crush on as a youngster?
Farrah Fawcett.
Oh. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Gary.
Favorite Wisconsin brewery besides Leinenkugel?
I'm sorry, your favorite Wisconsin brewery?
besides Leinenkugel?
Gosh. I want to make sure I would love to say Molson Coors, but I'm not going to say Molson Coors. That's really hard for me to say.
You can
I
do
know
it
this
fast.
is
You can
rapid
pass.
fire.
You can pass.
You can do a pass.
Pass.
Okay.
Biggest brewing trend you saw coming a mile away?
I didn't see it, but the biggest brewing trend was light beer. So fruit flavored
Oh,
beers.
yeah.
No, high alcohol beers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
Bourbon barrels.
High alc.
Most proud moment of your career?
Marrying my wife.
Oh.
That's a good answer.
All right.
Craziest Marquette memory?
Winning air guitar contest at the Union, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. We air guitared Rosalita.
Oh.
Rosalita, jump a little
We want to ask audience question. Any questions for Dick out there? No?
All right.
Okay, let's go
We'll
keep
keep
going.
going.
With the rapid
What's
fire.
your biggest pet peeve?
People that say that beer is filling.
This one wasn't as filling. Honestly, it makes a difference.
Here's another one. People who play slow golf.
Slow golf.
Slow
like
golf.
an 8-some ahead of you or a 6-some
Just
ahead
no,
of
it's not that. You can be an 8-some and
No.
still play
faster,
quickly.
yes.
Yeah.
Pick it up. You're not going to make the putt anyways.
you. Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up. Good, good, good. If you could brew a beer with any celebrity,
Here's another one, going 45 on 17 between Rhinelander and the Eagle River.
being in the left lane on the highway.
Okay. I've got a lot of pet peeves.
Yeah.
I wish you would have given me that.
Tell 'em all.
Instead of
Go
the
on.
favorite brewery in Wisconsin.
Celebrity that you brew a beer with?
Celebrity that I brewed beer with?
If you could, hey, me and this person.
Well, we have done this. I wasn't with him, but Christian Yelich.
Oh, yeah.
Brewed
wow.
a beer at the Barrel
Yelich.
Yard in Jay Leinenkugel's Barrel Yard
Very
in
cool.
Milwaukee. I
That's
think
cool.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to do brew a beer with,
Boathouse Boys.
no.
He says celebrity.
That was a hard no.
Hard no, guys. Wah, wah.
Love you guys.
Hit the
but,
button. Hit the button.
Okay.
How about Tom Selleck?
Oh yeah.
He's one of the reasons
Yeah.
that, Gene and I, being in Hawaii, we connected, we loved Magnum PI, named our dogs. First dog, Magnum. Next name, Higgins. Third dog, Kelvin, TC. So Tom Selleck.
Dick, can I ask you to jump in here? Speaking of Tom Selleck, do you like Chad's mustache?
It needs to fill in a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
he's
Mark,
getting there.
it's
I do.
young. It's young.
I like the look.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
even
not.
notice.
Well, it's not like he's a bad porn star. or anything.
Not yet.
My wife knows that.
Not yet.
Pam, I disagree.
What's a hidden talent not many people know that you have,
Besides the air guitar.
besides your guitar?
Yeah, hidden talent. That not many people know. Gosh, I'm going to pass. I'll think back on that one.
I can answer that one.
Yeah,
He's a great photographer on the golf course,
really.
especially when you're in a predicament.
That's a great
You
talent.
might have your feet in the
That's a
water.
skill. Very Ansel Adamsy. I like it. One brewing secret you can share now that you're retired.
One brewing secret that I can share now that I'm retired. We use a natural lemonade flavor in Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. I
I love
shared
it.
it.
Nice.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
love
if
it.
that was ever a secret, but that's how we did it. That's how we created it. I don't think anybody's been able to get that same flavor in any of their shandies, so I think it's still close in card.
Did you graduate Marquette in 76?
76?
So
No, I graduated from Chippewa Falls Senior High School.
Oh.
Chi High in 76, Marquette in 1980.
Oh, so if you could go back to your college, you have to pick. You had to win a pickup game. Who you picking, Bo Ellis or Butch Lee?
Oh, Butch Lee. Yeah,
BLT time.
driving.
Did you ever kick the idea around to have a bourbon barrel Leine's, or do you have one, or was that in the
Yeah,
market?
no, we did. We actually tested it, barrel aged some beers at our 10th Street Brewery.
What was that called?
Didn't hold up real well. Yeah, well, we did the whole Big Eddie lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but none of them, we did barrel age some of the Big Eddie Russian Imperial Stout.
Hey, Dick?
It was fabulous. Yes, there it is. He still has it.
Maybe
right
we
there.
should sample
It's
some.
kind of
Little,
iconic.
seven.
It's a little ironic. Big Eddie's
Yeah.
that big. It's like, it's,
So,
You have to sip this.
Just so
but
happens.
commercially, it wasn't viable.
Okay.
So we didn't do
There
it.
is a celebrity in the crowd that has gotten the Leine's can at the 4th of July parade. How many years in a row, Mike? 13. So if you see a giant guy without a shirt on begging for beer, that's the guy you see every year.
Once laid down in front of the float. I remember
Yeah.
that.
There's been people to do that, but I tell you what, if you're wearing a Leinenkugels hat or a T-shirt, you'll
Better
probably get one. Or if you're a veteran, then you'll probably get one as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's who we try to give them.
Do you have a favorite music you like to listen to? Is it you have a go-to music?
Yeah, I Bruce Springsteen,
Okay.
E Street Radio, Sirius XM. It drives my wife crazy. She will not allow me to listen to it. But yeah, I'm Springsteen
Okay.
fanatic.
Love the boss.
Do you have a top besides Clayton's, which is fantastic? Do you have a couple places you'd like to go eat with you and your wife to have dinner?
Yeah, so we really enjoy Chef Renee's. We've enjoyed Sorella, although it's really loud inside. I hope they're
really loud.
able to
Yeah.
kind of mitigate the sound. They need
Yeah.
to work on that
Yeah.
because you come out of there and it's been like you've been at a rock concert.
Yeah.
But the food is fantastic
Yeah.
and the service is really good. A smash burger at downtown, pizza at Andy's, Pontoon Saloon, all great.
The finger puppets at Chef Renee's are fantastic. I love those. You and your brother are in a Hollywood movie. Who plays you and who plays your brother Jake?
Well, I think Tom Cruise is going to have to play me. And Kevin Spacey's going to have to play my brother.
Oh, brotherly love.
Like a true brother.
Yeah.
I like it.
How would you want
Wow,
your?
I can't believe you.
Oh yeah. What is this?
That's
Scott, what is this?
That's the Big
the
Eddie.
Big
Russian.
Eddie.
Big Eddie. And what is Big
That's
Eddie?
that's the barrel aged Big Eddie.
Wow.
Oh,
So
excellent.
he's giving you something that is I don't know what that's worth, but it's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot.
Yeah.
It's worth a sip. I like it.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Hey Scott, thanks for hosting us too. By the way, you and Renee, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it very much.
Clayton's one of our sponsors.
So you
From
remember
downtown
Hey,
Phoenix.
Roma?
The camera's right there. Good day to wear
Roma.
pants, right? It's awesome.
Scott, what's the address here? I want to make sure they can find it.
corner of Anderson and 45. 7,004.
7,004 corner in Anderson and
I
45.
think if you
Clayton's.
say across from DG.
Across from DG.
Wow, wow, wow.
So this is the Big Eddie. I don't know what
Gross.
year that's from.
Gross.
I could have
We
even.
got this at Chippewa.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah. So appearance, cloudy, opaque, can't even see through it. Anybody have a cell phone with a light?
I do.
Hold it up, see if the light will come through that.
Okay. Let's do it.
It is delicious.
See it? Can you get any
Nope,
light?
There's
through?
nothing through there.
Totally opaque, yeah. So that's how
Wow.
deep, rich that is.
Amy, you'd really
Taste.
like this.
Stick your bathroom window. Can't see through it.
Do they still brew this?
They do the Big Eddie Russian Imperial Stout, not this one.
Not this one.
Very good.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Scott.
Renee. Thank you, guys. What if you
Thank you,
could,
Scott.
if you could pick how the Leine's legacy is remembered for all time? What would be the most important thing for you, from your point of view?
Yeah, that we were that we brought people together for good times, and they liked the beers that they were drinking,
Okay, that's fantastic.
bringing people together.
Yeah. We had one good beer joke that we were talking about before we started. Do you know what having sex in a canoe and a bush light have in common?
Oh, boy.
What?
Go ahead.
They're both close to water.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good joke.
Do you know Skip Wagner? Do you know this?
I have never met Skip Wagner.
You know-
I know,
but you know
of
of him.
Skip Wagner, sure.
If Skip was telling me how to get here from Milwaukee, Tim, how would you tell us to get here?
To get a Liney's?
No, to get a Leine's in Three Lakes. Hey,
Yeah.
Skip, I want to go to Three Lakes. How do
Well,
I
you
get
go
there?
through Milwaukee, West Bend, Ozaki, Fond du Lac City is mighty pretty, Oshkosh in London, Clintonville and Tigerton, Anago and Elko, the gas tank is on low, Monaco, Three Lakes, here we come alive on Highway
45.
45. Skip Wagner.
Skip
Oh,
Wagner.
it's the Skip.
To Skip.
Skip.
We're done with the applause.
Hey, we want to, we have a couple of sponsors to thank, Tim.
We do. Mind Chimes and Mind Chimes Bookstore and Lickety Splits. Do you need the address?
1766.
It's downtown Three Lakes.
Okay, downtown Three Lakes.
Do you have a joke of the week, Gary? Do you have anything good this
You
week?
know, I had someone help me and I have 2 jokes.
Okay, awesome.
Two.
What is the definition of a balanced diet, Dick?
Balanced diet, beer and pizza.
A Leinenkugel in each hand.
Oh,
Mm.
that's balanced.
Hey.
Oh, now, come on. Why do we all love beer?
Because beer loves us.
Because you can't drink bacon.
Excellent. Those are
Excellent,
good.
excellent.
Hey,
Done,
I
Gary.
want to let you guys
Good.
know, first I want to thank Dick so much for being here. This is a huge honor for us.
Awesome. Yeah.
This is a big, big deal for us. We have another, have you been to Lindy's Hideaway at all? Have you
Hideaway?
been there?
Yes, sure.
That's our next podcast on Wednesday.
great.
And honestly, it's the first time in the world that 2 certified swamp witches have ever been on a podcast together. So it's a big deal for us.
We're just
It's
hoping to
big.
get out of there
It's
alive.
big. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to us. Thanks everyone for being here. And this is it. Right, Timmy?
Thank you much.
Yeah,
This is
thank you.
good.
Here you go, Dick. Here's Leinenkugel. The bottom half.
All I
Thank
got
you,
is
sir.
this left. Work the abs there.
We need a shorter table.
Excellent.
All right, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Studio audience.
Studio audience. Yes, indeed.
$20 a person, that's the best money we ever spent paying those guys to come here.